That's right, ladies and gents, today's video is sponsored by me, Mr. H. I am making my own H.P. Lovecraft horror film. Check out the GoFundMe link down below if you want to support independent and original film, and of course, H.P. Lovecraft and horror films. Breaking Lights is an exploration of depression, suicide, and mental health, and using that and H.P. Lovecraft as an allegory to explore that narrative. So check it out, the link down below. With that being said, on with today's video. Hello, welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. So we're talking Spider-Man 3 here today. I've got quite a few reports to take a look at. I sat on this initial piece of news. This is, of course, about, you know, a Spider-Verse movie being made with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. I didn't want to report on it straight away. I wanted to wait because normally stuff comes out. So this is like a wrap-up, I guess, of the past few days of news. And there has been a lot that's dropped. You know, this has come out over the past 3 days. So it's not been an awful long time, but some good news did drop. So the initial rumour is, of course, it started that they're going to be thinking about doing a Spider-Verse movie. This was reported and basically came from the fact that you had Jamie Foxx, who was cast along. It's long rumoured that they were going to do a Spider-Verse movie. And it also seemingly was spurred on by an Instagram post that Jamie Foxx did, which had multiple Spider-Men with him looming sort of in the distance. It kind of made sense. Then it gathered some steam. Then people started to report on it as, hey, this is an exclusive. You had a few people reporting on it. This report indicates that Fandom Wire reported on it, although I do believe that I think Andy Signor reported on it a little bit before that as well. I don't know, I can't remember exactly the dates, but who cares, whatever. Fandom Wire was reporting that both actors, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, had basically signed on to suit up as their respective incarnations of Marvel's iconic wall crawler. So that was the initial one, right? That was another big thing that sort of dropped. Right at the end of the article, they ask any randomers with inside info to get in touch. So obviously that seemed like maybe that was kind of BS. Because you don't just go, oh, you know, hey, if you've got inside info, get in touch. Jasper wants to be a part of the video as well. So, yeah, that was one thing. But then, ladies and gents, Sony representative had actually then responded to all of these rumours, which is interesting. The response is interesting. It's not actually a flat-out denial. And you could read into it to say that because it's not a flat-out denial, and what he said was maybe an indication that it is actually happening. So, again, Entertainment Tonight was speaking to a representative, okay, for Sony, and they asked Sony Pictures to comment on all of these rumours, right? Naturally, that's what you're going to do. And their response was, those rumoured castings are not confirmed. No, not that we're not making the movie, just that those castings aren't confirmed. Look, what do you make of that? You know, you could make anything of that. That's just, yeah, interesting, isn't it? Normally you'd be like, no, that's complete nonsense. What are you talking about? Bah humbug. Even if you just, why didn't you just lie? There's no reason why this response would be there other than a PR stunt to fuel more interest in the project, which is actually, I think, is what's happening here. They know that there's a lot of people interested. They know that the Spider-Verse theory and Tobey Maguire and all these people coming in would be great. They know that. And saying something like this, those rumoured castings are not confirmed. They know full well that, you know, plebs like me on the internet would make a video on it, and other people would, and it would start to dominate the discussion. And it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. And I agree that this is a good thing for them to do. I think that's the only reason why they've responded like this. I think inevitably, yeah, it probably is in the works, but I don't think, you know, I don't think that's like a genius thing to go, oh, of course, you know, like, of course it's in the works. Why wouldn't it be? If you can get Tobey Maguire to sign on, which, let's be honest, what else is he doing? And Andrew Garfield. If you can get them to sign on, it'd be mega money. The Spider-Man movies have always made pretty decent money. So this is absolutely fine. Like I think this is legit. Now, there is other parts of this news. So there was a rumor, okay, that Spider-Man 3, again, because this is all about Spider-Man 3, will also introduce Dr. Spencer Smithy, or Smythe, sorry, and his robotic spider slayers. That's quite a good approach, because you could get some like quite horrifying people in there. You know, that could be a horrifying incarnation. Now, this is the source is Murphy's Multiverse, which I'm not familiar with, so it could just be complete nonsense, FYI. But basically, the site points out that J. Jonah Jameson was the one who commissioned the creation of those robots in the comic books. Given his return at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, it would certainly make sense for Jonah to be the one who attempts to bring Peter Parker to justice in Spider-Man 3. Kind of makes sense. But basically, their report is that Dr. Spencer Smythe and the Spider Slayers are going to turn up. Maybe? It's also worth remembering that B.J. Novak played Alistair Smythe, Spencer's son, in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. There's no word on whether he'll return, but that would be another link to the sequel and, of course, the multiverse. I don't think this is bad. I think with the likes of J. Jonah Jameson, Electro, if you're going to get 3 Spider-Men in there, and inevitably another villain, and the Spider Slayers, that's a lot. You're starting to pack it out quite a lot here, aren't you? I don't know whether that's a good sign or a bad sign. We do know that, look, the Marvel Sony Spider-Man movies have clearly been a success, whether you like them or not. They have been a success. I don't know whether them still being on board for this one is an indicator of it still being good, regardless of whether they're packing it out. But there you go. There's that update, and then. I think that was it, actually. There was maybe like a last piece of news to say that there was... I think there was just another rando rumour mill of Miles Morales, but I think that's a separate movie overall. They're having Spider-Cat or some nonsense. There you go. There's your Spider-Man wrap-up of Spider-Man 3 anyway. So what do you guys think, right? Do you think that they're going to do a Spider-Verse or not? Because... I think that's inevitable. I think everyone coming out saying exclusive. I don't know whether they got exclusives or not. But then again, like I said, Sony representative. Those rumors, they're not confirmed. Well, yeah, what? We know they're not confirmed. What do you mean? Confirmed for what? Are you looking to get other people cast? Like, it's a weird, broad, vague response. But then again, you don't know how they pose the question either. You know? We don't know how they pose the question. But I think a Spider-Verse movie is definitely happening. I think it'd be good. I think it's good for Sony to get out from inevitably under Marvel's heel. A lot of people like Sony and Marvel working together, and they think Marvel's the be-all and end-all. Marvel have made decent films, of course, but having studios working with studios, streamlining the process, it does neuter creativity. So I'd like Sony to get out from under Marvel. So it'd be interesting to see how this goes. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Thank you so much for watching though, guys. If I missed the H, give the video a like and a share. Take care.